So we pull up in the black Suburban. Shout out to Mel, who took care of me. He was my driver for the whole weekend. You know, the people at Battery, they come out to greet us. Just top-notch hospitality, man. They come get us, make sure that everybody that's in the crew gets their gear in, and you know, we load the merch up. We enter into this very quiet but busy environment of people. You know, a lot of working parts, people moving around, getting things set up. We start to prepare for what is going to be our tech run because we hadn't officially ran the show. We had part video and part music performance, so we hadn't ran the two yet, so we got a chance to, you know, get that done. So we give an abbreviated presentation of the film. We had to figure out how we could get the gist of the movie to them, and then we do the accompanying piece live with a live band. Very dynamic, switching from dialogue to a live performance right there that you can interact with and feel. It brings you into what we set out to do, which was inspire people, kind of initiate healing. So now, you know, the table is set. Kev Choice was the first artist other than myself to perform.
Who is Kev Choice?
He's a classically trained pianist, he's a producer, he's an MC, he's a writer. Seeing him unload those bars on the people, I mean, he goes for 32 bars straight, no breath. I mean, I'm talking about the cadence is just.
Setbacks, heartbreaks, let down, cold game, who's to blame? None of that really matter now. First offer, 60,000 on my common grounds in the town. So all down every weekend.
Man, he's just spraying. His performance was amazing. We had NICOLE come up. Now, what was special about Ryan's performance was that at the last minute, right before she took the stage, her son had to use the restroom. Her husband takes the son to the restroom and passes her the baby. And so she comes up on stage with this 6-month-old baby in her hand and delivers her song, I See You. And I'm just like, wow. And that was like the first time I had met her daughter. So like, what a wonderful introduction to her daughter, you know, pulling up on stage and performing with her mom without moving, without flinching, without a peep out of this baby. And I mean, it was just beautiful just seeing this mother in action as she serenades her husband, the father of her children, you know, with the song, I See You.
Corrigan Bailey is an angel father, a servant, a creator.
What we didn't know was the spiritual element that would take place at the Battery. My brother, my spiritual brother, Corrigan Bailey, steps to the plate, and we then go into a song called Faith.
That journey to the mountain top ain't always pretty. Word is born, it nearly cost me everything that I had in me.
And Faith is this sort of heavy song on how black men who are spiritual kind of like deal with things behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? When we take it, you know, into the spirit realm.
Love is the greatest currency we can offer one another. And I stand here as a witness extending that to you. Massive love.
That was the start of ushering how the night ended with Faith. You know, Corrigan gave an awesome performance, and also he gave his spirit at the end of that song. And then I get into my bag, so I do the last song, Little Boy. And then I do a song that's not featured in the movie, but featured on the soundtrack, Queen of My World, which is about my daughter.
I wanna spoil you rotten. You make it really easy for me, baby, to give you everything that you need.
And after that, we just get into some songs, you know, some songs off of previous albums and, you know, current stuff that I'm working on, man. And man, the night just was so, it was just so sweet One thing I'll never forget about that night was when I said my last thank you, instead of an applause, the people were like dead silent for a good 10, 15 seconds. And then they applauded. I was like, yo, that was just, it was wild, because in that 10 seconds, I was like, oh shoot, I was like, what just happened? I mean, I was still up, so I was good with the performance. I knew that it went well, but I also knew that the people had to let that soak in what they just experienced. After that, man, it was just all love. It was a lot of love, people coming up, wanting to talk to me, wanting to connect with me, wanting to help me further. I'm ready to do it over and over and over again, from city to city, man, and from state to state, country to country.